I remember going to an intuitive reader when I was in my early 20s. It was before I had kids. At the time, I had opened a playgroup for children in my home. Looking back, it was a huge stepping stone to where I am now. Although I couldn't see it at the time, I spent so many years looking after children on the weekends and for long periods of time while mums and dads vacationed throughout high school and university, and I recognized that there was a need for parents to get help with feeding their children. I noticed that they were continuously frustrated with what to feed them and the fact that most times they wouldn't eat. I noticed that when food was presented to these kids without an emotional attachment, they ate. Simply, freely, and calmly. Parents were floored by what their kids would eat when they were with me. So I opened this play-based daycare with the emphasis on healthy eating environments where children were able to eat at their own free will without negotiations, bribes, rewards, or punishments. I had no idea what I was doing or why. I was just doing it. So this intuitive reader that I went to see kept saying I was going to write a book. I thought he was crazy. He even shook my hand and said it was an honor to meet me when I was leaving. I thought there was no way I could or would ever see myself writing a book. He said daycare isn't your passion. I thought he was nuts too. So when I look back on the last 16 years, I think the biggest picture is to not worry about how you were going to get there, but rather to keep following your dreams and passions by weaning in what feels good to your inner body and soul and what calls your name and weaning out what doesn't align with you. It wasn't until I had kids that all of this came to light. I needed to be a voice for them. And it also came to light when I met my husband and my 2 stepsons that I could safely say were very picky. Mealtimes were a nightmare, and I sat watching my husband deal with the boys and their eating. So my journey into this book was further heightened and taken to the test. I knew I had to spread my voice and my philosophy to save families, to help children, and to break this emotional eating cycle where food masks and supports our emotions by rewarding ourselves for a bad day or by punishing ourselves with guilt from making poor food choices. As the process of writing my book came to fruition, it was a challenging one for me. The emotions of sharing my stories, your family, and your beliefs with the world, exposing yourself with each and every chapter that revealed itself. I remember there were days I could write and other days I mentally could not. So I decided to just stop everything else in my life that was distracting me from writing and just devote 1 year of my time to my baby. And what a rewarding year it was, to see with each edit a newer version of my words, to actually hold the book in my hand, to see my face on the cover, my name at the top of each page. It was a huge wow. I want to thank each and every one of you for helping to formulate my book, for giving me the experiences to work with you, for trusting in me to share your stories with me and your life at times with me. Through all of your experiences, I have developed this amazing book that each and every person needs to read. It is called Power of the Table. It illustrates so vividly why bringing your family back to regular dinner meals will change your life.